What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, and today I'm doing something a little different. There's a channel on YouTube, Austin FFA. I think his YouTube channel is actually called Luna, but he does this. This is pretty much the only type of video that he makes, and I don't know. It kind of interested me. So like, he tells stories from like whenever, just through his life, and some of them are interesting, you know. So it's kind of entertaining. So I thought that would be kind of like a different twist to things that I could do on my YouTube channel. So today I got a story about when I used to work at this gas station. So when I was like 15, 16 years old, you know, like it's tough to get a job, so you kind of take what you can get, right? So back in the day, I decided to get a job at Domo, which is like jump to the pump. It's like this gas station around my city. Like, I'm pretty sure it's all over Canada, but I know that there's less and less of them in my province. It's like a state. But anyway, so I got this job at Domo, right? And I used to smoke cigarettes back in the day, which is terrible. Don't do it. It's a terrible habit. I actually just bought myself a vape, so I don't even really smoke anymore. But so, you know, I worked there. Like, there's a bunch of weirdos that used to come around, like different people and all this stuff. But there's this guy who used to come every day, and he would get cigarettes. And you know, once you start working there for a while, you start seeing the same people every day, so you kind of know what people want. Like, you know, like this old guy used to come in every day and he would get 2 packs of John Players standard regular. So like, before he even came up to the little kiosk or cash register thing, I would have him ready for him because I knew what he wanted. And this was the same with this guy. He was like a younger guy, like probably late 20s. But so I'm working alone one time. I always worked alone basically, but it was like 10 p.m. I was getting ready to do a shift change at 11. So like, I was kind of just chilling by myself, sitting outside on a milk crate having a smoke, and this guy comes up. He's like, yo man, I need a pack of smokes. I'm like, okay, cool, what do you want? He's like, here's the deal though, I don't have any money. I'm like, what are you talking? Like, so how do we do this? Like, what's going on here? And he's like, but like, I got this gram and a bit of some weed. I was like, oh, all right, well, I mean, let's get off camera and let's do this. What kind of smokes do you want? So he picks his smokes. He gives me the weed. It's in this like little tinfoil ball. It was the first time I ever got some in tinfoil, which was weird for me. I was always used to the plastic or Ziploc or Saran wrap or whatever, even grocery bags, man, but never in tinfoil. Anyways, he gave it to me. That night I brought it out to my buddies. I was like, yo, like, look what I got, man. I didn't have to pay for it. I just gave them smokes for it, blah blah blah. So now all of a sudden this changed into like, whenever this guy would come in to get smokes, he'd be like, yo, you want to do the same thing as last time? And I'd always be like, yeah, this sounds cool to me, man. So like, for a little while, like for a month or two, I was never paying for any of my stuff. And then so he'd give it to me, right? Like, I remember the first time he gave it to me there, I grabbed it, I busted it up. We sold papers there too, so I busted it up into a paper and was smoking just outside of Domo. Instead of smoking cigarettes, I was smoking these. So it was kind of dope. And then I decided to get this guy's phone number, because he was coming around here all the time, and he lived really close, and I actually happen to live really close to the Domo as well. So I was like, yo dog, let me copy your number, and we'll talk some more, you know, when my buddies need some or I need some, we can give you a shout. He's like, yeah, cool. And we got him quite a few times actually, because like back then it wasn't as easy to get some, you know, like it was heat. Like, I thought it was heat anyways, like buying off the older kids at high school, things like that. You always worried about getting gypped and things like that. So, but yeah, so we started getting off this guy, and it was always good. Like, I remember getting some purple and stuff. Like, it was cool. It was all right. And so it was cool with me. But so I wanted to start selling, right? So I tried to convince this guy a few times to buy off me, but he wouldn't budge. And then so I think that kind of like, it didn't spook him, but it kind of rubbed him the wrong way, because I remember getting like an 1/8 or a 1/4. I can't remember. Me and my buddy went to pick it up, and then we were like, oh yeah, dope. It came in tinfoil again, obviously. But so we bring it back to the pad, and we realize that this guy straight up ripped us off. And then I couldn't get a hold of this cat anymore. Like, he just straight up fell off the map, wouldn't answer my calls or texts, and straight up gypped us. And like, he knew it. He was just cutting the tie. He's like, I just need to rip these kids off so they leave me alone. And then I never saw him at Domo again. So I was pissed off, man. Needless to say, I never saw the guy again. But me and my buddy were pissed. We like spent like $60, and we probably only got like $40 worth. And it's not like we could tell when he gave it to us. Like, you get something in a Ziploc bag, it's like you look at it and it's like, oh yeah, that's not enough. You know what I mean? Like, you could see it. Like, that's not a Q. That's just a G short, whatever. But when it comes to you in tinfoil, it's heavy. It's all crunched up. And like, he gave it to us. We were in my car. Gave it to us, and then he was like, alright, peace, and like walked away. So we really couldn't tell. But yeah, that's just one of my many weed stories. And I think that if this video does decently, that I'm going to do a lot more of these, because now that I realize and I think about it, I made like a little checklist on my phone, you know, because I'm always forgetful and shit. So I made a little checklist, so every time an idea for a video pops up in my head, I'm going to put it down on my little reminders checklist, and then I'm going to try and stick to those. Like I said on the New Year's resolution video, that I'm bringing a better quality channel to you guys. But anyways, it has been your boy. If you enjoyed the video, drop a thumbs up down below. If you didn't enjoy the video, drop a thumbs up down below, and I'll see you cats in the next video. Peace out.